The winter sun rose early that morning, casting a golden glow over the snow-covered ground. Arman, an adventurous and curious 11-year-old boy, was filled with excitement. His school had closed for winter vacation, and his parents had planned a trip to visit his aunt in a neighboring city. The thought of spending time with his cousins and enjoying the festive season filled Arman with joy. The family packed their bags, loaded them into their car, and set off on their journey. The roads were lined with snow-draped pine trees, and Arman kept pressing his nose to the window, marveling at the beautiful sights. He asked endless questions about the places they passed and imagined stories about the forest animals. His parents smiled at his enthusiasm and reminded him to sit still as the journey was long. About halfway through their trip, the car suddenly jerked and came to a halt. "What happened?" Arman asked, leaning forward. His father frowned, stepped out of the car, and opened the hood to inspect the engine. "It looks like the engine is overheated," he said grimly. His mother joined him to assist while Arman sat in the car for a while, watching them. After a few minutes, Arman grew restless. The dense forest surrounding them looked mysterious and inviting. Against his parents' instructions, he stepped out, determined to explore a bit while they worked on the car. The cool air nipped at his cheeks, but the call of adventure was too strong to resist. He wandered further than he realized, chasing after a flock of birds and picking up pine cones. The towering trees seemed to stretch endlessly, and soon Arman realized he couldn't see the car anymore. He stopped and turned around, trying to retrace his steps. "Mama! Baba!" he called out, but his voice was swallowed by the vastness of the forest. A wave of panic surged through him, but Arman reminded himself of his father's words. "No matter what happens, never lose hope." He took a deep breath and decided to stay calm. "If I keep walking east, I might find a road or a house," he thought, recalling the direction they had been heading. The forest was challenging. The snow was deep in places, making it hard to walk. He stumbled over roots hidden beneath the frost and had to climb over fallen logs. Hunger and fatigue gnawed at him, but he pushed on, determined not to give up. As night fell, the forest became even more intimidating. Shadows danced in the moonlight, and the sounds of rustling leaves and distant animal calls made him shiver. He found a sheltered spot under a large tree and decided to rest for a while. Using his scarf to keep warm, he thought about his family and the warm welcome waiting for him at his aunt's house. "I will reach there," he whispered to himself. When morning came, Arman continued his journey, following the faint trails of animal footprints and the direction of the rising sun. He found a frozen stream and used it as a guide, knowing streams often lead to roads or towns. The journey was grueling, but Arman's hope and determination kept him going. After hours of walking, he saw smoke rising in the distance. His heart leaped with joy. He quickened his pace, tripping and falling, but refusing to stop. As he approached, the sight of a small house came into view. It was his aunt's home. He knocked on the door with all his remaining strength. His aunt opened it, and her face filled with shock and concern. "Arman, what happened? Where are your parents?" she asked, pulling him inside and wrapping him in a warm blanket. Between bites of the soup she offered, Arman told her everything. His aunt immediately called his parents, who had been searching for him frantically. When they arrived a few hours later, they hugged him tightly, tears streaming down their faces. Despite the challenges and dangers he had faced, Arman's hope and determination had guided him to safety. His parents were proud of his courage, though they made him promise never to wander off again. That winter vacation became a story of resilience and bravery, one that Arman and his family would remember forever. This story teaches us that no matter how many difficulties there are in life, no matter what the situation is, we should face it with determination and never lose hope. If you like Over Stories, please like and subscribe our channel. You will get more good stories, videos on our channel. Thank you.